Kathleen Lawson is the Executive Director of Economics Arkansas. This past week, her group got a big boost from a well-known name in Arkansas business circles, Stephens Inc. I sat down with Lawson to, well, talk business. You're kind of still new in your role, new enough for me to say, welcome to the Economics Arkansas.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that new card as long as I can.
I think you get like a 1-year pass.
Good.
And then after the first year, it's kind of like babies. You can't talk in months. You got to start talking in years after that. So,
well, good.
Well, let's talk about what Economics Arkansas does. I mean, just for people who aren't familiar with the nonprofit organization, tell me what your mission is and what you've learned in your first 6 months there.
So we have been around for 56 years, and we really are there to prepare teachers on how to incorporate economics and financial literacy into the classroom. So we have really robust training around the state, and we really focus on teachers. We like that multiplier effect, that if we can teach teachers about economics and free enterprise, that we can really reach more students that way.
It's the teach a person to fish sort of thing, and then they can spread the message a little bit more. I'm very familiar with the organization because we've done a lot with you guys off and on through the years, but a very exciting development over the last couple of weeks here. Stephens Inc., which launched a video and educational series called This is Capitalism. It's a great primer on a lot of entrepreneurs from Arkansas and beyond. You guys are partnering with them now. How's that going to work?
We are so excited about it because, you know, coming in, I'm just six months in, and I'm thinking about what are our opportunities here. And for me, I really wanted to think about what is a pre-K-12 track, so that a student throughout their K-12 experience will have multiple points of engagement with the understanding of free enterprise and the greater economic story. And we felt like we had an opportunity to really expand in the 6th through 12th grade audience, and that This is Capitalism series really is just a great resource, that we thought that we could leverage those resources and include those videos as part of a series of lesson plans and greater, teacher professional development opportunity. So there's multiple points. We have the itty bitty economics, which is for the pre-K2 folks. And I know people say, well, what can you really teach a little person about economics? But I love the quote from one of our students, and he said, my sister ate the last Pop-Tart, so we have Pop-Tart scarcity in our house. So if we can get 4-year-olds talking about scarcity, I think we're doing a good job. But the next program is really exciting. It's these compact concept connector guides. This is a brand new set of materials that Economics Arkansas has just recently developed. I mean, they're literally hot off the press. We got them off the printing press on Wednesday. As we speak, we have actually trainers from other parts of the country that are in Little Rock today learning how to incorporate these training materials into their schools.
It's a little bit more in the middle school range, 5th grade sort of.
It's K through 5th. And then the piece that Stephens allowed us to do is sort of to bring this all together, but it's this new set of training materials called Inspire. And that's where we really get, around the 5th or 6th grade is when the standards require that free enterprise is taught in the classroom. So this is a great way for us to really use those videos as a way to inspire students, to really help them understand the entrepreneurial spirit, to help them understand capitalism, and embed those into our lesson plans.
And beyond the lesson plans, just the video series that we've been talking about, they're very short snippets. They're about 3 minutes long, kind of history lesson and biography about some people and how they found their fortune basically in the United States. They're good and easy to read. You can find them through our website, your website. This is Capitalism has its own website. That's probably the easiest place to go to do it. Tell me how you hope all of this can kind of advance economic education for Arkansas and for kids in Arkansas. Kind of how are you going to measure the success of all this just in a vaguer way, not necessarily in strict data?
So every few years, the Council on Economic Education releases a report, a state of the states, and they assess how well the states are performing in terms of economic education and personal finance education. And there was a lot of growth in the early years, when they first started doing the study. But the last few years, the needle really hasn't moved much, and we know that it's time to shake things up. And we feel like by having a very intentional track that's a great starting point. And so we're kind of excited about this sort of being the birth of this long-term plan. So our first metric is really the buy-in from teachers. Is this something that we can get teacher buy-in for? We've already set training dates for most of the 39 trainings that the Stevens group or Stevens Inc. is supporting for us. So I think that's going to kind of be our first metric, is just, are teachers participating? Are we having additional engagement with the videos? And we're hoping to actually add in a free enterprise competition. We do some other student competitions really well, and we hope that that's also just kind of another add-on that we can include as part of this bigger package.
I think that'd be great, because there are a couple of those already, like through the YES program and some other things, and they're really, really fun to judge and fun to watch. Those kids are very creative and come up with a lot of good stuff. And there's much more to our conversation, which you can find online at talkbusiness.net. That's all for today's program. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.